was live.
Right.
You should have known that, so that's on you. And we do have breaking news. A look at the markets just minutes after the opening bell this morning as Wall Street reacts to President Trump's new tariffs. You can see the giant red arrow pointing down. Joining us now, NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans, and NBC News senior business analyst and host, of course, of the 11th hour, Stephanie Ruhle, Lauren Leader, back with us as well. Steph, let's just get your blink reaction here to the markets. S&P 500 down 3%. My phone full of push alerts with dire news in terms of reactions to President Trump's new tariffs.
Oh, I'm talking to myself here a little bit.
I've been speaking to former Trump administration officials from his first term.
We just want to get
we
got a bunch of spells to cast and get out of the way just to finish the dailies off. So we're not too concerned with winning and losing so much as just playing about 30 blue-green cards so that we can pick up a little bit of extra gold today. And if we're lucky, get a win or two. If we are lucky. This is a pre-constructed deck. I think I pulled it out maybe once or twice in the past.
But when I say a loss of trust, just think about this. When you talk about trading, these are long-term partnerships and investments. We told all these manufacturers for years, stop doing business in China. They're our adversary. Go to Vietnam. Now look what we're doing to Vietnam. In Trump's first administration, it was Trump and Jared Kushner that renegotiated NAFTA to create the USMCA, right? A better NAFTA. Now they're tearing it up. We're losing trust with
should have gone for
and that's a huge
a watery one instead.
I would say is this argument that we keep hearing from the White House: short-term pain for long-term gain, all these jobs that are literally roaring back. Where I have not seen one single CEO saying, "I'm going to build a."
Impassioned orator, another one.
When and where? Because for a company to now say we're going to start manufacturing in the United States, it takes 3 to 5 years to build that plant. 3 to 5 years from now, Donald Trump is not going to be in office. Who knows if he'll retract on these tariffs? And in order for you to make any sort of investment, a long-term investment, you have to trust the information, you have to trust your counterparty. And my last point I would make is Donald Trump.
Oh, an angel of vitality.
And I take you back to his history. What is he great at? He's great at branding. He's great at marketing. He's a phenomenal politician. What he's not great at is business. As a business person, we all know this. He went bankrupt 6 times. The one business he tried to operate,
that's a trick,
was a casino that he drove into the ground. And the reason he didn't do business with big U.S. banks is because they were unwilling to do business with him. I know this because I worked at Deutsche Bank, the bank that actually did do business with him. And what he's known for is not standing up to contracts.
That was a trap. I didn't fall into it.
That he agrees to. And now he's doing that.
So yeah, pre-constructed deck. It's called, what is the name of this thing? I don't remember. You need to take a look, maybe. But it's blue-green. I have challenges this morning to play 30 blue-greens, 20 blue-greens, and then 30 blue-greens.
The stock market acted as something of a tripwire. That when it would fall below a certain level, he'd kind of back off things, change his rhetoric, whatever it might be, because he put so much emphasis, some would say too much emphasis, on how the stock market's doing to sort of gauge the health of the economy. But it does not seem to be the case this time around.
He used the stock market as his own personal poll or a letter grade in school.
So we're just going to play it out. I don't know this deck very well. I have not played it very much. I don't know. Can't really anticipate what might be in it and what might not. This still looks like a battle trick to me.
I don't think that's the case anymore. You've heard the White House officials talking about the 10-year note yield. That is the thing they're talking about. It's declining. That's lowering interest rates for consumers, businesses. That's a good thing. Well, it's declining because there's fear about his economic agenda and what it's going to do to the economy. So it's falling for a bad reason, not a good reason, but that's the number that they're starting to use now. So I don't think that they're looking at the stock market, at least so far, a 1,200 point, near the lows of the day, a 1,200 point decline, something that he would have said, if it were the Biden administration, he would have said this is impeachable, having a stock market fall like this. But this is not one of their metrics anymore.
into the haphazard.
Figured they'd have at least one of those.
Some of the
Something like that.
countries that include several uninhabited islands. The Heard Island and the McDonald Islands, which are located in the subantarctic Indian Ocean, made Trump's list. While teaming with SEAL
And what do they have? A Smite?
these islands
One Elspeth Smite? Oh, tactical advantage, even better.
human population.
For them.
Official tells Axios the islands were included because they are Australian territory.
Smite would have been better.
Located 2,000
They still
miles
sacrificed
from the
one
Australian
creature in that
mainland.
block. I don't think it's going to matter. It looks like they're going to beat me anyway. So
Barring no exceptions at all, not even for Penguins, we've really
we don't care about winning and losing. We're not in ranked. We just want to go ahead and play out these cards and get our gold for the day. 1,250. Oh, let's see. Nah, we'll let it come. We'll let it go. We're not too worried about actually winning.
Gathering of penguins and the saying that it is 10% of the island.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Protesting the Trump tariffs. I mean, it's funny and it's also incredibly not funny. And actually, Christine, like it's hard to get a sense because we're talking about the markets and there are really ultimately very few Americans. You know, it's a small proportion of Americans. But 62% now. It's 62% now because of 401.
Can't do anything about this flyer. Can't do anything about them gaining life. Can't really do much about anything at all here. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Good game. And let it go, because it was never going to turn into a win anyway. Do-do-do-do. Onwards. Yeah, deck has some potential. There's a Bonnie Paul in there. What is it? Learn from the land. That's what it's called. I guess I had to create a copy deck because I changed the card style. I guess. I don't know. Not an auspicious beginning at all. Hey, if you came in looking for Tribal Tuesday and you're wondering, hey, where's my Tribal T-Day? I did it earlier this morning. I did that around 7:30. I had a bit of a schedule mess up today. I didn't think I'd be here around 9:30, but I am. But I will not be around later on this afternoon. And again, starting off kind of rough here. What is this? Loses all ability to green light losing card with basement. What does this thing do? At least there's no death touch anymore. Get rid of the death touch portion of that. But my only strategy here is to play cards and to get to 30 spells as quickly as possible. Yeah, which, can take us as many as 5 or 6 games, I guess. So. All of which we are likely to lose. I just have a feeling.
And it's one of the best ways to protect yourself from out-of-pocket Medicare costs. If you only have Medicare,
It's a scribe.
1, call the number on your screen. 2, give the license.
We need a little bit more mana. We'll take the mana.
Benefits are available to you.
Let's see, I've got this that plays for 3. Non-land permanent 0. So that does me no good whatsoever. Well, there is not a lot here that's actually going to help me out.
But you won't know unless you 1, call the number on your screen now. 2, give the licensed insurance agent your zip code. 3, see what
Miz is going poorly.
are available to you. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy. Medicare Part C plans are available now. Plans may include benefits you are not currently receiving with original. Call today. You don't get a Medicare Advantage plan automatically. Call to find out if you're eligible for a
Let's see. Well, at least we can play something here.
Moving or new to Medicare, you may be eligible to enroll in a plan today. If you only have Medicare Parts A and B, there are 3 things you should do. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, give the licensed insurance agent your zip code. 3, see what Part C plans with benefits.
Just playing cards.
1, 2, 3. It's that easy. If you're losing benefits,
Oh, it actually comes out as a rapid death touch. I was wondering if it would copy the Citizen or the rat?
Call today for your free Medicare benefits review. The call is free. The's no obligation.
But it made a copy of the original card. Yeah, this is getting bad. That vampire is a nasty thing.
Life with earwigs sounded like a constant drum whistle I couldn't stand. Then I started taking lipoflavonoid. With 60 years of clinical experience, it's the #1 doctor-recommended brand for hearing. And now I'm finally free.
More rats.
I'm watching my mom show with
It's a rat vampire deck, probably. It's a good combination. I've played that combination myself a couple of times. And then I deleted all the vampires and just pretty much went with rats. More or less. Probably still a couple of vampires hanging out in that deck, but it's essentially rats. More or less.
fresh baked bread, fresh sliced meat, fresh chopped veggies, vinaigrette, plus chips and a drink. You got the perfect lunch at the perfect price. Your coworker went with the $17 salad.
Nah, I got nothing to compete.
Get it together, Stan.
See if that last card that they're in their hand is some kind of nastiness. I'm sure it is. Here it comes. Maybe not. But they had Death Touch.
We're getting absolutely screwed by this administration, right? Eggs cost more, blueberries cost more, ground beef costs more when you go to the market. This was supposedly
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I could play both of these in the same turn. Well, once I throw this extra forest out, I definitely can. 3 and a 6. What is that? 4 and a 6 and a 2.
5 years from now, 6 years from now, 7 years from now, because of the decisions they're making here. So it's dumb to have this across the board tariff or raising taxes on the American people.
As long as I got that Death Touch there, they know I am unlikely to attack, which is unfortunate for me.
During his exclusive sit-down interview with the 11th hour Steph Rule. Steph's still with us. So Steph, obviously, we heard from the governor talking about tariffs, being highly critical of them. We haven't heard much, though, at least not yet, from another group, the nation's CEOs. What should we read into that?
It's very concerning because CEOs, these business leaders, often speak out. The likes of a Jamie Dimon, David Solomon, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, or Jeff Bezos. If you remember, during the last administration, Jeff Bezos was publicly critical of President Biden, how he was handling inflation and how he wanted to tax corporations. And it's very concerning that we're not hearing from them now because JP Morgan's economists, they're putting out reports saying this could be a Trump recession. UBS last night said inflation could go up to 5%. And why it's especially concerning is, well, in Jeff Bezos' case,
I'm sure they have something to prevent this from actually being any kind of successful attack whatsoever.
It's a transformational change what he's doing with tariffs. Is it because he's on the eve of potentially buying TikTok, so putting his own business interests first?
What's this I can see?
His bankers. What's really concerning, I spoke to a bank CEO a few nights ago who was very concerned about everything going on, but he said, I'd be crazy to speak out. Why? Because no business wants to be the next target of an executive order, like law firms have been. And this is concerning because remember in the last few months when we talked about, Trump's approach and how it could be a threat to democracy? Well, doesn't a country start to look like it's run by an autocratic leader? When your business leaders who understand the impacts of policy are silenced because they're afraid as fiduciaries of speaking out and telling the truth about economic policies, how they can hurt our economy as well as their businesses, and the fact that we're not hearing from those leaders because they want to protect themselves is hugely concerning, and it is not how America has run before.
Yeah, there's a lot of worry about the silence from some important groups of Americans. Stephanie Rule, thank you so much for joining us on such an
That was nice. Nice.
Nights, 11 p.m. p.m. Eastern, right here on MSNBC. And that does it for us on this very busy morning. Anna Cabrera picks up the coverage after a quick follow-up.
I'm just going to go ahead and play out the rest of my cards. They have lethal on their next turn. Nothing I can do about it, and concede. Because they had way the upper hand there. I don't like this deck. Gotten zero traction with it whatsoever, but we're only here to do these two things. These 30 and these 20. So that's really all we care about. Like I said, winning would be a nice cherry on top, but we don't expect it to happen. And I think you can kind of see why we don't expect it to happen. The deck is not playing well. Or I'm not playing the deck well. It could be that also. It may not be the deck's fault. It may be the deck operator. It's entirely likely. Maybe even a larger factor is that I don't know the deck, and so I'm playing it like a rube. I can keep my fingers off the WASD keys for a while if I really wanted to.
It's pronounced she's walking very mature.
Hey, that's a nephew too.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
She's 2.
Manifesting Dread.
Do you like brown?
Yeah, some things are just better at home. With Empire's home floor advantage, you can compare samples in your own space.
Call or visit EmpireToday.com to get the home floor advantage.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof,
Or abridging the freedom of speech.
What was that? Defend the writer. Target permit the noise.
Or the right of the people peaceably to assemble.
and to petition the government for the redress of grievances.
What we do is try to cut right to the bone of what we're seeing in Washington that day.
I wait for the token because it doesn't go back into the hand. It just goes away altogether.
Right now on Ana Cabrera reports, Trump's tariff bazooka striking at least 180 countries, including some of the poorest, sending global markets reeling as the president explodes the economic order. Major companies from Nike to American Eagle to Wayfair all impacted. Plus, we'll talk to a Michigan mayor about the looming auto tariffs that could be even more devastating. We're also tracking a fatal parade of
We may actually have an upper hand here for just a moment.
destruction, with threats of catastrophic flooding.
I don't anticipate it will last long. Probably won't last very long. Hey, this guy's got the rock with the smiley face with the he bud. I thought about getting it. I just like my rock. Just plain, no eyebrows, mustache. I thought about getting this one. I saw it. I had the gold for it. I was like, maybe, should I? No. Add 3, spend that to only cast creature spells, and creature dies, exile the top 2 cards of the library. Until the end of your next turn, you may cast creature spells from one of the exiled cards. Now, let's see.
Look at this list, it is significant. The U.S. also getting some key trading partners with some much higher levels, some close to 50%. The list goes on and on and on and on. Now, this drastic move threatening to drive up prices for everything from shoes to furniture to produce. We are covering this from all angles this morning with NBC News senior White House correspondent Garrett Hake, NBC's business and data correspondent Ryan Chung, and our international correspondent Molly Hunter joining us from London. Garrett, Vice President Vance was just
Probably should have just left it. Probably should have held on to that card for a different moment. But we're just trying to get them played out here. That's our main goal. Just play the cards out. Shouldn't take us too long. I mean, we're already past 20.
That their goals with these tariffs are so big, essentially the reordering of the American economy, that people might have to be patient and suffer through a bit of a day in the red like what we're seeing right now. Listen to the Vice President just a short time ago.
This is a big change. I'm not going to shy away from it, but we needed a big change. We are fighting very hard to bring prices down. What I'd ask folks to appreciate here is that we are not going to fix things overnight. That enters kind of the central question here, which is for the Trump
This actually probably will get us pretty close to 30.
Manufacturing that's left the United States over the last 40 years or so. How long do they think it will take to fix things, and exactly what?
And we might squeak out a victory here also while we're at it. Just might. We got what, 6 points of flying damage.
Just a moment, but even what we're seeing here at home is quite striking. Senate Republicans joining Democrats last night to vote against Trump's Canada tariffs. Specifically, this morning, Trump's former VP Mike Pence skewered the tariffs, calling it the largest peacetime tax hike in U.S. history. Garrett, this doesn't even appear popular politically with many in the president's own party.
The all attack probably a terrible idea, but since they only have 1 mana left, and I only have to do 3 points, and they only have 2 blockers, I feel fairly confident that this will sneak through. And it will. Nicely. Hey, we got 1. Yay! 1 victory. Yay us. How many more do we have to go before we oh, we got a card. A case of the uneaten feast. That's not too bad, actually. We could use that. We got a deck or 2 that could be used in. We need 5 more to get that 750 there, so that's 1 more hand. Easily done. In theory, that's 1 more hand. Unless we get mana drought. Or what I call mana suck.
I split that pack.
Hey, I left you some money up there on the dishwasher in case you wanted to pick up a pack on your way home. Or on your way there, or whichever. If not, that's fine too.
Your phone's ringing.
I know.
Oh.
People after stuff that I cannot provide them with at the moment. I need to talk to all those people wanting stuff that I can't provide them with at the moment. But
Okay. I don't know how long I'll be, but there's a half a pack up there.
okay, thank you.
Just like that, I split on stuff.
I heard you.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go to this meeting, take this artwork down there. That way I can clear coat it later down there. Alright.
I love you.
We're back in bed.
Alrighty.
Be good, bye bye. Your dad.
He'll probably be in my lap here in about a few. Yeah, maybe more. Alright, let's see. What should we get out here? Forest or island? Whoop. Come on. There we go.
Increased rate that the importer in the United States is going to have to pay. So yes, it is indeed the case that if you bring, for example, a garment from Cambodia and you bring it into this country, that's not going to be 10%. It's going to be substantially larger than that, as the Trump administration was talking about. But that rate doesn't necessarily get passed on dollar for dollar to the consumer.
At least limit their ability to put more mana out and just generally playing a card. My strategy here is play blue and green cards until I'm done playing blue and green cards. Yeah, that's a good one.
Molly, what are global leaders saying? How are they reacting? Europe woke up stunned this morning on it, that's for sure.
Go ahead and toss that out.
Happened late last night, our time around 9 p.m. local. I think a lot of people probably stayed up and watched that. But I'll run you through a couple of the reactions. Actually, the mildest words that we've probably heard are from the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who said we should react with cool and calm heads, not hinting at any retaliation immediately. The 2 most recent reactions on it that we have gotten just in the last
We played more than 5. I don't think we played 5 yet. How many are in the graveyard? Two.
Yeah, Russia not hit with these tariffs. They weren't even on the list, which was striking. And the White House saying it was because there isn't any trade happening with Russia right now. But Molly, the EU is a huge, huge trade.
I have a feeling I won't be there for very long.
With a 20% tariff. How are EU leaders huddling? And
Mossborn Hydra is usually something that is going to get targeted pretty darn quick if they have anything to target it with.
27 nations, of course, they are the U.S.'s biggest trading partner. With that comes a lot of leverage. Early this morning, the EU...
Well, that's the thing. They didn't target me, though. They targeted themselves. And there's the rabid bite. That's so funny.
No clear path through the complexity and chaos that is being created as all U.S. trading partners are hit.
Now, she said EU leaders are coming up with their response. She also said it's time to move from confrontation to negotiation on it. Now, look, the EU leaders could come up with retaliatory tariffs. They could impose trade barriers on U.S. service firms. No firm commitment on a plan yet, but we do know that trade ministers are meeting on Monday in Brussels on it.
All right, Molly Hunter, Brian Changa, stay close as we continue to follow this throughout the hour. Thank you. Joining us now is Mayor Michael Taylor. Sterling.
I'm just about to top deck. I think
Thank you so much.
probably will be top decking come next turn. So strike, read, put one counter negative where actually.
Now that we have the details, is it as bad as
You've been able to do some work with that card right there.
Well, it's hard to tell right now. We're still trying to calculate what's actually going to happen. I think it could have been worse. It sounds like there might be some relief for parts that are subject to the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade agreement, but it's a lot of uncertainty. It's chaotic, and we really don't know exactly what the impact is going to be, probably for some weeks or a month or more.
So what impacts are you bracing for in the region?
Well, I think we've made our 5 now, haven't we? Yep, 3 in the graveyard, 3 on the table. That's a total of 6. So we've met the challenge. Yay! Like that's kind of the thing that we were here to do. So, oh, Garrick's uprising.
Some of them Canadian-owned companies, and so those could be hit very hard immediately. We're expecting layoffs, plant closures, and price increases.
Yeah, in fact, there's just a headline out this morning that shows Stellantis is idling plants in Canada and Mexico right now. So again, goes to show how everything is kind of...
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you want to attack with that, do you?
Other countries because of that woven fabric of how things are made and how trade is impacted by parts, not always the whole. I want to get your reaction to what the Treasury Secretary told NBC about the concerns that this is going to lead to higher prices for all of us. Watch.
Worry that they'll have to pay more in the short term. Well, I'm not sure why they would have to pay more in the short term. We don't know what the price effects are going to be. Will there be a one-time price adjustment? Could be. But we're also working on the tax bill, and for working Americans, I believe that the reduction in taxes...
Yeah, it'll make them think just a hair.
Your thoughts on that? Are you reassured at all by that answer?
No, nothing is reassuring about that at all. I don't understand where they're coming up with this. I'll tell you quickly.
At least we kind of, I don't know, have we stopped the bleeding? Probably not really. Not entirely. Maybe a little bit. I'm going to drink my lukewarm coffee now.
So that $100 pair of shoes is likely going to be $130, $140 if we buy it a week from now. So I don't know what he's saying that prices aren't going to go up. How could they not go up if 50% tariffs on a country like Vietnam? Similar.
Let's see, 6 and 8 is what? 14?
Prices are certainly going to go up, and I don't see any relief from tax cuts.
And you mentioned shoes. Almost all shoes are imported, according to centrist think tank. Let's talk more about the auto industry because that impacts our communities so deeply. We know folks in that industry in Michigan have seen struggle for decades. The Washington Post.
They have to block it, or they lose.
This in anticipation of the tariffs, and I quote here, I do think they're an excellent bargain.
And it's going to cost them something.
After watching the aftermath of NAFTA gutting us like a fish, I've seen us lose so many jobs. You're asking me if I'm willing to have a little short-term pay. Well, we've already had
Oh, that was a mistake on my part, though. That was a mistake on my part.
People in your community who say it's time to shake things up, and maybe these tariffs are the answer.
Yeah, look, we have a very strong manufacturing base in Sterling Heights. We have 4 large automotive plants, as I said, countless suppliers as well. So
and that was a big mistake.
Then cities like Sterling Heights will benefit from that. But we've been through processes.
And they'll end it right here.
Automotive plants that were slated to be shut during the Great Recession. That process took years and years to get those new products online.
And boom, there it is, right there. Pass, no block. Oh, sorry, pass. And give them the gig. We probably could have played that smarter. I'm sure we could have played that a little bit smarter, but meh, whatever. We were not. Count on it. Hey, we got an achievement. Oh, and Mage 2. And yay, another pack of whatever. That's what we were after, though, was the goal. We're almost at 50K now. I mean, it's nice to be able to open a pack in order to, but I just either drift whatever. I really don't like any of them. So, it's meh. 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 But I tell you what, I do hate to end the day on a loss, and so we're going to get away from this deck. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and play a Jank Refine. Let's go ahead and throw out the Jank Refine. We'll try and get ourselves a victory because we hate to conclude on a loss. We really, really hate to do that. Puts us in a foul mood. Leaves a bitter taste. Why? What doesn't leave a bitter taste? This coffee sometimes leaves a bitter taste. That's a good bitter taste. It's the kind of bitter taste that I actually sort of enjoy. Who doesn't enjoy some bitter coffee? Wandering Threat, the Mighty. Not a great beginning, but not terrible either. Alright. I'm going to go for it. Now we're just going to try and eke out a win. That's our next thing. It's just try to eke out a win of some sort. Eke a win. So I didn't go over this deck for you. I've been over it a couple of times. I'm sure there's an old episode somewhere where I have tossed it out there.
Changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever.
Murky Sewer is the next. Burning Sun's Cavalry.
Which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, tremors, slow or uncontrolled body movements, restlessness, and feeling like you need to move. Sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks. Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
See if they want to get in the way of the screaming nemesis or not. I don't think it would be wise for them to do so. They would lose their Burning Sun Cavalry. Oh, well, no, not necessarily. Well, yeah, because it gets +1/+1 when it attacks or blocks while you control a dinosaur. They don't have a dinosaur at the moment, so it wouldn't quite work out that way for them.
Correspondent at the Hill. And together, big news, guys, they are out with this new book this week. It's on the 2024 campaign, Fight Inside the
Actually unlocked the
White House. First, congrats on the book, guys, and so exciting.
But I can play both of those cards on my next turn.
I'm going to start off the economy because of what we're seeing this morning, breaking news we've been talking about.
And they don't seem to be playing lifelink, so I'm not going to worry about that.
Over on the campaign trail, so not shocking, it shouldn't be at least, but the reality is now setting in. And if you take a look, this is Trump's hometown tabloid paper, the New York Post. risky is this moment politically for President Trump and the Republican Party?
It's incredibly risky for both of them. You made a great point on the campaign on this event. He's believed in tariffs as an economic philosophy. And
real dinosaur. If you do, you control another dinosaur. You gain 3 life.
What he's always believed would be the best thing for the American economy. And his bet is there will be short-term pain, but in the long run, things will be okay. John McKinsey, economist, I believe, is the one who said, in the long run, we're all dead. That we are sure about how these tariffs will turn out. We can't be as sure, but right now, the markets don't like them. Prices are going to go up in the short term for certain consumers. And even the New York Post, there was a little bit of fee avoiding the tax world. Understands
26-4. I like my chances.
To bring back a manufacturing sector that
They may concede because this is about to come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Amy, President Trump promised tariffs, but he also promised to bring down prices.
Didn't get to play it out. Took it down quick and easy with the refined jank deck. And that's good. I really should just call it there. I really should. I really should just call it there. How many wins do we have on the day? That's the next. Oh, we should check out and see which achievements that we're knocking off. I don't think they're worth anything necessarily. Hey, one more when we get our final weekly 250, and we don't care about the Mastery EXP, but another card is never a bad thing. So I tell you what, let's look at our achievements. What did we achieve? Core achievements, Raid Acclaim, Arena formats, play 150 games of Alchemy. That was just a matter of time. Acquired new brew. Equip cap reached. I guess it's some kind of a mode or something. Color Masteries. Oh, we got 2 of them. White. Attack with 3 or more creatures 100 times. No rest. And was there another one in here? Not in this color. In a different color there is. And the green one. What do we get? Put 300 +1/+1 counters on creatures you control over any number of games. Alright. I am not grinding any of these achievements at all. I don't really care to grind for things, which is, I imagine there are a lot of people who have finished up the vast majority of these, right? But I figure we'll just, we'll hit them through the course of regular old gameplay, more or less. More or less. Whoops, didn't want to go there. We want to go back to homepage, and one more. We need another win. So one more victory. We have our 15 for the week. And that'll be good. That'll make us happy because we probably won't be playing again until Sunday anyway. So, there's that Emporium Thopterist, and I've got 2 mana, the Scrawling Crawler, Bandit's Talent. This is not too terrible. Not too terrible. Hope I get another mana though. I need at least 1 more. That'll help. Alrighty, we'll see if they have quick removal or not. They did not. That's good for us. Here comes something else that's going to be good for us. No attacks. I don't want to chance losing the Emporium Thopterist on something crazy. I didn't look to see if they were tapped. They were not tapped out. They didn't play anything. So. Something like an Elspeth Smite or something like that. I see white, so I immediately think about that kind of Elspeth Smite and whatnot.
He did not think she should be the candidate, said one confidant. He liked the idea of Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer at the top of the ticket and Maryland Governor Wes Moore.
Shadowy Backstreet.
That would still allow Democrats to rally around a woman and a person of color, but he was mostly concerned or mostly certain he didn't want a coronation of Harris. Amy, tell us more about that and how it might factor into this moment and the future of Iraq.
This is something that we uncovered. It hadn't been revealed before. Obama took a very backseat role. We saw Nancy Pelosi.
Shoot the sheriff. That's a good choice.
Was making calls. He wanted to hear from people.
Certainly the one I would have chosen.
And he tried to see where Jim Clyburn was. And Clyburn was very quick to get behind Harris. He wanted to galvanize. You know, that moment was very important.
They are tapped out this time around, so.
You saw Obama sort of calling around, wanting to find out, taking the temperature, and quietly pushing an idea of maybe we do something bigger. Maybe there is enough time to have this kind of open primary.
They are working with 3 mana. 1, 2, 3. But they have 6 cards in their hands compared to my 3.
And don't forget to check out their new book, Fight Inside the Wildest Battle for the White House, out today. Ahead, the White House says prepare for
Yeah. Kind of saw that coming, unfortunately.
Lawmakers are already reacting to the Tariff Fallout. We're also following some other breaking news across the country. Destruction in multiple states from powerful twisters. One massive funnel possibly packing 200-mile-per-hour winds that toss cars like toys.
Come on. Get up there. There we go.
You know Harbor Freight for affordability, but durability goes right along with it. You see, we test.
I would have liked to play that the other way, but I didn't have enough black mana to make it work. Oh, nice.
We can't predict when rates will drop, but while we wait, the perfect home is selling to someone else. With over 500,000 new real estates every month on Realtor.com, find yours before it's gone.
Make it throw at least 1 card away.
Our right to reproductive health care is being stolen from us. I can't believe this is the world we live in, where we're losing the freedom to control our own bodies. We need your support now more than ever. Go online, call, or scan this code with your $19 monthly gift, and we'll send you this care no matter what t-shirt.
It is your right to have safe health care.
They're thinking hard.
Go online, call,
Well,
or scan
how do I deal with this?
Now you need to plan for retirement income. Learn ways to avoid common mistakes, like being too conservative or not setting retirement goals.
Like that.
And Fisher Investments Comfortable Retirement Kit, the help you need to make your retirement a success.
That's how they deal with it. With a petrify.
Have someone on your side to keep you on track. If your portfolio is $1 million or more, call now for your Comfortable Retirement Kit. 1-800-650-0957.
To show why purple is the greatest sleep ever invented, we've hired Humpty Dumpty. Yes, that's correct.
Exile enchantment you control.
So I just invoice you?
Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer need? Now you can sell your policy, even a term policy, for an immediate cash payment. Call Coventry Direct to learn more.
We thought we had planned carefully.
Cooped up right away.
We needed a way to supplement our income.
Oh no! Planeswalker.
Selling our policy to help about retirement.
I've seen it. So I did some research about They explain life insurance is a valuable asset that can be sold.
We learned we could sell all of our policies or keep part of it with no future payments. Who knew? We sold our policy. Now we can relax.
Alright. We're in the end game now.
$100,000 or more of life insurance, you may qualify to sell your policy. Don't cancel or let your policy lapse without finding out what it's worth. Visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if your policy qualifies. Or call
Uh-oh. That may be a game changer right there.
Redefining insurance.
Who's Alex? Hey, pal. You know who's,
Whew. Got lucky.
I've heard that, Alex. That's so sweet. You remembered.
It's all about connecting with seamless connectivity from spectrum. Injuries happen when you least expect them. When they do, you need expert care.
And that's that. Woo! Jankery fine. Yes, I have taken it into ranked and never really played it past gold. I made it gold with this, and then I kind of stopped because I didn't want to finish in silver because I felt like it would not go very far in gold. But it's before I really started playing very much. Hey, what did we get? A Revenge of the Rats. Yay, we like rats. Yes, we do. Create a tap 1/1 black rat creature token for each creature card in your graveyard. That can be extremely good. Oh, wow. What did we tap on there? Sorry, had a web page come up on me. All right, hey, that was our goal. We're not going to bother playing to 15 of these because, I mean, it's a little bit of gold for every other victory and yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, it's not really a good use of our time this morning. So, there you go. We had 2 episodes of not exactly Tribal T-Day, unless you consider Jank a tribe, but bonus episode today on Thursday. I hope y'all watch it. Go back and check out the last Tribal Tuesday video because the one that I just cut this morning at 7:30. Check it out. I think in the first 5 minutes or in the last 5 minutes, you will find a challenge that is issued in that video, and that challenge is good until next Tuesday, and I upload or stream something else, in which I love how I have this orb that I can't spend on anything. I don't know. But a challenge, yes. The Tribal T-Day from this morning that I cut just before this video. Like in the first 5 minutes I talk about it. I think in the last couple of minutes I also talk about a challenge that is there that will remain on that video until probably next Tuesday, at which time I will reissue the challenge but attach it to probably a different video. So anyway, hey, I'm glad you were here. I hope you were here. If you were here, I'm very, very pleased that you were. And I also hope that you might come back and check it out again sometime. So, but now we're done with Magic, and I think we might be on to a little bit of War Robots coming up right as soon as I take myself a nicotine and caffeine breaky. Yay! All right. Check it. Bye. See you in a few. Love ya. Whoa, there we go.